guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. At the end of the battle with the legendary Saiyan Broly, all the warriors were doing their training to become much more powerful than before. However, the Saiyan Vegeta began to have a grudge against Kakarot, since he always surpassed his powers in one way or another. If I really wanted to be the most powerful in the universe, I'll have to get rid of Kakarot's insect once and for all. Vegeta would begin to devise a plan so that he would not be discovered. Sometime later, Vegeta would help with the Dragon Balls of the Earth to invoke Shenron. Tell me, what's your wish? What's the farthest planet of all the universes and that no god's able to reach that place? The planet you are looking for is known as Star 002 in the Milky Way of Universe 12. Give me a transport with which I can go to that universe. At that moment, Shenron would give him a machine with the ability to fly through all the universes. After approximately 4 days, Vegeta would approach Goku. Kakarot, do you think we should go train in another universe to become more powerful? Of course, Vegeta. Since I fought with Jiren, no one's been able to fight me. This'll be your last training, you damn insect. Goku Vegeta would go on that machine and start traveling through all the universes. Meanwhile, on Beerus' planet, he was talking to Beerus. Hey, Whis, it's been a long time since there's no chaos all over the Universe 7. It's becoming very boring. That's right, Mr. Beerus, but that's why we have a perfect balance with the mortals of great powers and with you. I don't know, Whis. This tranquility makes me anxious. I feel that something very bad's about to happen. With all due respect, Mr. Beerus, your premonitions are not so accurate to say the least. Beerus would get a little angry because of what Whis had said. Meanwhile, returning to the spaceship, both Saiyans had arrived to an inhospitable planet with extreme conditions. What the heck, Vegeta? It's too cold in this place. I'm not able to feel any ki. The moment when Goku was with his guard down, Vegeta, without thinking twice, would throw him a treacherous attack, which would pierce a part of Goku. At that very moment, Goku would fall to the ground, very badly wounded. Damn it, Vegeta! What are you supposed to be doing? This is not a training session. So you've realized, insect. You're right. This will be the place of your death. No one will know about you. Vegeta! I swear I'll make you pay for all this! At that moment, Vegeta would get back to the spaceship and leave the place. Hell, I'll really die in this place. The conditions of the planet were so extreme, the body of Goku would totally be frozen in a state of hibernation. Returning to the planet Earth, Vegeta had thought of everything, achieving with the same ship to go to the planet Namek. At the time of arrival, all would help them since he had helped in the defeat of Frieza. Tell me, what's your Saiyan wish? I wish for all the Dragon Balls would not be able to give the location to Kakarot. That's a wish that's too easy to fulfill. The Dragon of Namek was able to fulfill this wish because its power far surpassed the Dragon of planet Earth. Finally, no one will know you'll be able to stop me. Returning to planet Earth, all the warriors after 2 months were very worried about Son Goku, as it had been too long without knowing anything about him. However, they believed that he was training, and after 2 years, most of Goku's friends had forgotten about him except for his family, which had used the Dragon Balls without any success. Hell, now my last step is to become the God of Destruction so that Whis won't be able to find Kakarot's insect. Vegeta at that moment would begin to have rigorous training, with which increased both his power. Being able to overcome Beerus, Vegeta with all possible methods would be able to communicate with the High Priest. Why are you so insistent, Saiyan Vegeta? I'd love to be the new God of Destruction of my universe. For you to ascend to the Destruction God, there are only 2 options. Beerus chooses you as his successor, or you must defeat him in a battle. I'm willing to defeat him in a battle. This'll be interesting. Daishinkan would summon Beerus to the realm of everything. What has happened, Whis? Why does the High Priest desire my presence? I have no idea, Sir Beerus, but it would be better not to keep him waiting. Whis and Beerus would leave quickly to the planet of Zeno-sama, When they arrived, both deities were surprised to see the Prince of the Saiyans by the side of Daishinkan-sama. Beerus, you must be wondering the reason of the call. That's right, Daishinkan-sama. What happened? The Vegeta Saiyan wants to take the position of God of Destruction's willing to fight you. Whis and Beerus were surprised again. That's right, the Saiyan that they had trained just now wanted to take his place as God. I understand, Daishinkan-sama. I accept the challenge. At that moment, a platform would appear in that place, and without wasting time, a great battle would begin. That's right, the power of both of them was overwhelming, being able to make the whole universe tremble. Damn Vegeta, I swear that I'll end your miserable life. I'm sorry, Beerus, but you're a lazy god, so I'll occupy that position much better than you. Both would continue exchanging blows, but something notorious was that the Prince of the Saiyan was playing with Beerus. That's right, Vegeta had been able to overcome the power of Beerus, starting to give him a beating, which would make him fall to the ground for about 15 times, which Beerus would not accept defeat, standing up again and again. It's time to end this battle, Beerus. Vegeta at that moment would give him a powerful blow with which he would leave Beerus out of combat, giving the winner to the Prince of the Saiyans. At that moment, Daishinkan would perform the ritual of ascending a mortal to God Destroyer would begin. Vegeta had become a God Destroyer, and his angel would be Whis. Whis, let's leave Beerus on a nearby planet. I don't want to end his life. As you command, Vegeta-sama. All of them would leave the Kingdom of Everything towards the planet of Vegeta. In the course of the trip, they would leave Beerus on a planet. At the moment of arriving, Vegeta would ask to be trained. That's right, he wanted to increase much more his battle level. Meanwhile, returning with Beerus, he would wake up furious. Damn it! I lost to Vegeta's insect. I can't believe it! At that moment, an idea would go through Beerus' mind. If Vegeta wanted to become a god, he must be hiding something. And I think all this has to do with Son Goku. I have to communicate with my brother. Beerus, with his great power, would be able to cross barriers of the universe, reaching to the planet of his brother Champa. Champa, where the hell are you? At that moment, Champa would appear together with Vados. What's going on, Beerus? Why aren't you with Whis? Beerus at the moment began to explain everything that had happened, leaving Champa very surprised. If you've come to me, it must be because you have something on your mind. Am I wrong? Of course, I want you to help me find Son Goku. Of course, I'll help you, brother, but first we must train a little more. You being the most powerful god of the 12 universes were defeated. That means that the power of that Saiyan's overwhelming. Beerus would give the reason to Champa, in which these began to train for some years. Time later, I had arrived and had been approximately 500 years, in which for the gods were not so relevant, since these slept for hundreds of years. Returning to the planet Earth, all the Z warriors had already died. The only one who remained alive was Piccolo. After 500 years, and the whereabouts of you are never known, what happened to you? After a few hundred years, Beerus and Champa believed that they had a great power. When they were able to look for Son Goku with the help of the staff of Vados, they were able to locate him on the outskirts of Universe 12. At that time, the three were heading to the place. When they arrived, they only observed a planet of ice. This explains why he was never able to leave. He was frozen. At that moment, Vados with his staff was able to thaw all the ice on one side of Goku and to heal his wound. What happened? Where am I? Goku at that moment would put a serious face on, remembering everything that had happened. Damn you, Vegeta. I swear right now I'll make you pay for what you did to me. Beerus at that moment would touch Goku, making him come to his senses. Thank you very much, Mr. Beerus. I thought I was going to be frozen forever in that place. Beerus would get a little serious. What's wrong, Mr. Beerus? Goku, you've been frozen for about 1,000 years. Goku at that moment would be very surprised by what Beerus heard, not believing it. That's right, Goku. Even that damn Vegeta had taken away my brother's godship. His power has grown so much that he's able to defeat all of us without using his divine transformations. Goku was even more surprised to hear what Champa said. Don't worry, I've always been better than Vegeta. I swear that right now I'll kill that damn traitor. Goku, as I told you right now, even if you use the Ultra Instinct, you won't be able to face him. Mr. Goku, I could train him. Of course, if you're interested. Thank you, Vados. With you, I'll increase my level much faster. The moment everyone would return to Champa's planet, and without losing a second, Goku would begin with his great training. Meanwhile, on Vegeta's planet, Black Frieza had arrived. That's right, both began to work together. Black Frieza had enough power to defeat any destroyer god except Vegeta. That's right, the Prince of the Saiyans had increased his power in a way that any being could hardly defeat him. It's been 1,000 years since I left Kakarot's insect in that place, and since I did so, there's no being more powerful than me. Returning to Universe 6, Goku and Vados would enter a room designed by Vados, very similar to the room on planet Earth. Mr. Goku, we'll have better results in this place. Excellent, Vados. The faster I get stronger, the faster I'll end the life of that damn traitor. Both the moment of entering that incredible pressure would fall on the body of Goku. That's right, the level of that room was for angels, and being of gigantic power, Goku with all his power would stand up and begin to train with Vados. After about a year of training, the power of Goku had increased in a bestial way, being able to dominate the Ultra Instinct, but still was no match for the new god of the destroyer of Universe 7. Sir Goku has increased his power in an amazing way. It's still not enough. I want to humiliate him in the worst possible way, and that no matter how long he trains, he'll always be under my shadow. Goku at that moment would increase his power to the maximum, creating a pentagram in the whole dimension, leaving Vados very surprised by the power that Goku was releasing. The power that the Saiyan was releasing was amazing, so much that it would surprise anyone. That's right, his power has grown in this year. He could not believe that a mere mortal could reach such a level. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Daishinkan was very thoughtful. What happened to Lord Goku of Universe 7? He was never heard from again? At that moment, Daishinkan would be pulled out of his thoughts by the words of Zeno-sama. Daishinkan, I'm very bored. I want a tournament again, but this time the gods of destruction will face each other. Of course, my lord, as you order. It seems to you if in 1 year we make it so that all the gods enter and increase their powers. Okay, Daishinkan, no problem. Daishinkan at that time would leave for all the universes, warning each destroyer god. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Vegeta would give a big smile. So after a long time, we see each other again, Champa. This time I plan to humiliate you so much more than last time we saw each other. Flashback. Some years ago, the god Champa and the god Vegeta had a strong misunderstanding for having taken place of his brother Beerus. Damn Saiyan, you only used us for your own benefit, and after Beerus and his angel Whis taught you everything, you betrayed him. I don't have time to waste on you. If you have a problem, let's settle it on the battlefield. Champa and Vegeta at that time had had a great battle that would have been able to destroy both universes, but their angels were able to place some energy fields so that nothing is destroyed. In that battle, Champa, even being a destroyer god, knew defeat. That's right, he was not able to do anything against the Vegeta Saiyan that had overcome all the powers of a normal god. Vegeta in that battle gave him the beating of his life, leaving Champa unable to do anything. That's all. I don't want to end your simple life. Whenever you want to know where to find me. End flashback. Whis, you don't know if the god of Universe 6 is trained? I wouldn't know that, Vegeta-sama. It's information that each angel has from its god. Well, that doesn't matter, since I'm of the mighty Saiyan race and no one will be able to defeat me. Returning to Universe 6 with Son Goku, this one had been able to dominate the Ultra Instinct to its maximum splendor. But compared to the Saiyan Vegeta, he was still no match. I have to push my body to the limit, and the only way I can do that is to have a new transformation.
I agree with you, Mr. Goku, but at this moment you still lack a great power to reach the limit of the Ultra Instinct.
Of course, Vados, I know that. When my power no longer grows with the same intensity, it'll be the moment when I will acquire a new transformation. Vados and Son Goku would continue with their intense training, which every day made Son Goku much more powerful. That's right, Goku's power was rising rapidly. Apparently, all the years that he was frozen, his spiritual energy had been accumulating more and more. After approximately 6 months in which Goku no longer increased his power in a way as he did before, Goku was given the task of obtaining a new transformation. Vados, it's time! My power's no longer increasing the way I would like it to.
I know, Mr. Goku, but I've taught you everything I know. The only one capable of helping you would be the Renegade Saiyan God.
Renegade Saiyan God?
That's right, Mr. Goku. The Renegade Saiyan God, he was known in the 18 universes. Just like you, he was a mere mortal. But the mortal that went beyond the capacity of any other. He was this Saiyan that created the Ultra Instinct.
Goku at that moment would be amazed by everything that Vados had told him, since he had no knowledge that a Saiyan was so powerful. Vados, how can I go where this god is?
I can create a portal to his dimension, but I don't know if you'll come out alive, Mr. Goku.
Don't worry, Vados. I'll manage to get out of it safely.
It's okay, Mr. Goku. I trust you.
Vados at that moment would create a portal, which could not observe anything but rays. At that moment, Goku would enter the portal. At that moment of arriving, he would observe everything destroyed. However, in that same instant, a pressure almost makes him fall to the ground as if it were a simple garbage. That's right, the powerful god Yamoshi would have noticed an intruder on his planet, increasing his battle level a little. After a few seconds, Yamoshi would stand in front of the Saiyan, noticing that he didn't get on his knees, even though he had released 10% of his power. Well, apparently you're a Saiyan like me, but you'll die here. No one's invited to my planet. Please listen to me. All I want... Goku was not able to finish his sentence because at that very moment, Yamoshi grabbed him by the face, dragging him through some mountains around him. Goku at that moment realized that he could not talk to that guy. He started to increase his power to the maximum, accessing the Ultra Instinct maximum power. Since I can't talk to you, I'll have to prove to you that I'm a being of great power. So the Ultra Instinct, that won't be enough for me, the father of the Saiyans. Goku at that moment would rush towards Yamoshi, where both subjects seemed to have an even power. However, Yamoshi was only with Son Goku. At that moment, Goku was able to give a good blow to Yamoshi in his face. However, he would only turn his face to one side. Goku would be surprised because with all his power, he was not able to send him to fly across the universe. Goku, without thinking twice, would start to attack again. However, Yamoshi would take the unconscious body of Goku and was about to give him the final blow. But at that moment, when he looked at his face, he realized that he had a familiar aspect to the Saiyan he had met a few hundred years ago. That is, Yamoshi had met Bardock, since he had traveled to the past with the attack of Frieza, and both Saiyans had become brothers in war. This can't be. Bardock never told me that he had a son. At that moment in Yamoshi's mind, Bardock would appear. My brother, you're right. I never told you about my son, but I ask you please, don't hurt my little Kakarot. I trust you, brother. Yamoshi at that moment would take Son Goku and lay him down in one of his rooms. While Goku was recovering, Yamoshi could be observed very thoughtful. What do you mean, son? He has never been with any woman here. I don't understand this. After a few weeks, the Saiyan would regain consciousness. At the moment of awakening, a gigantic power was felt all over the place. For Goku, to his last memory, being that he was fighting, increased his power without thinking about it. At that moment, Yamoshi would approach him. Kakarot, that's your name, or am I wrong? How do you know my name? Have you read my mind? For a Saiyan, you're pretty clumsy. Yamoshi began to explain the relationship he had with his father, leaving Goku very surprised, since at that moment he was able to remember how his parents put him in a capsule bound for Earth for fear that Frieza would destroy his entire planet. So you know my father? That's how it was. More than a friend. He was my brother. And you carrying his blood, of course I'll help you. Goku at that moment began to inform him everything that had happened since he had arrived to planet Earth. How he faced Vegeta, Frieza, until the Tournament of Power that managed to make his universe take the victory. At that moment, Goku would be furious. Yamoshi would be able to control it a little. Goku was able to continue telling his story. When Goku told him that he was frozen for 1,000 years, Yamoshi released an incredible power, making the whole universe rumble. That's right, at that moment, Goku was the only one who had been fascinated with the power this guy had. I don't care who you are, Vegeta, but I'll make Kakarot an incredible warrior with enough power to defeat you. I really appreciate it. I also want to finish with that damn Vegeta. At that moment, without giving him a chance, Yamoshi would give him a great blow, containing a great part of his power. That's right, Yamoshi, being a Saiyan, knew that all Saiyans should have their guard up. At the moment, Goku was able to cover himself from that blow. However, he was thrown hundreds of mountains, crossing all of them. At that moment, Yamoshi would throw thousands of energy balls. Goku would pass the Ultra Instinct quickly, being able to dodge each one of the energies. Yamoshi at every instant increased much more of his battle levels, putting in trouble the Saiyan. Meanwhile, returning to the Kingdom of the Whole, Zeno-sama would approach again towards Daishinken.
Dai, when's the Tournament of All the Gods?
My lord, I'm giving the last details to the platform. In approximately 3 months, it'll be a festival of battles.
I understand, Dai. I'll be looking forward to it.
Returning to Universe 6, Beerus as well as Champa were training. Beerus' power had increased in an incredible way, being able to have his destructive aura activated every moment of battle, while Champa had been able to surpass even Beerus, feeling confident of the power that he possessed at this moment. But in the same way he didn't want to be confident against Vegeta, returning to Yamoshi's planet, they had already spent approximately 50 years of training. That is, the dimension in which they were in was very different from the one they were used to.
It's time, Kakarot. I'll teach you the Berserker mode of a Saiyan. The Berserker mode consists of dominating your Ozaru form without losing control, and accessing a transformation a little primitive, but the power obtained is a marvel.
I understand, Yamoshi. I want to try it. I'm ready.
At that moment, Yamoshi would do a demonstration of his Berserker mode. At the end of the demonstration, Goku would transform into a giant Ozaru. At that moment of destroying some mountains around him, Yamoshi was able to make Son Goku come on his own.
Have you forgotten your objective, Kakarot?
Of course not! To crush that damn Vegeta and make him regret everything he has done to me.
At that moment, a big explosion would leave without vision to Yamoshi, and from one moment to another would be observed a Goku with a Super Saiyan Phase 4. That's right, all his fur was of a red color.
From today on, we'll train your energy drain of your transformation, so that your body can withstand a greater power every day.
Of course, Yamoshi!
Goku and Yamoshi began to train. They already had very little time for the final confrontation. Meanwhile, on Vegeta's planet, the Oracle Fish would give him a premonition.
Vegeta-sama, the being that will end his life is ready, and it is nothing more and nothing less than a Saiyan.
Vegeta would turn pale because of the affirmation of the Oracle Fish when he doubted the being that could be him.
That's impossible. I sealed that wretch.
I don't know exactly who he is, but I only know that he will finish you off, rising to the top of the 12 Destroyer Gods, including the Guardian Angels.
Vegeta was very nervous because of the premonition that the Oracle had given him.
It's impossible that it's Kakarot. It must have been thousands of years ago. He must have died.
Vegeta-sama, are you worried? You shouldn't worry. Mr. Goku has been gone for hundreds of years, so he must be dead by now.
Vegeta would say to himself,
Whis doesn't know anything about what happened. We'd better go to the planet where he left Kakarot.
Vegeta-sama, everything in order?
That's right, Whis. You don't have to worry. I inform you that tomorrow, I'm going out to the outskirts of the universe, so don't worry about me.
Don't you want me to go with you, Vegeta-sama?
Vegeta at that moment would put a cold look on his face, knowing that the Guardian Angel should always be next to his Destroyer God.
I changed my mind. I'm going to go back to training like before.
I find that very strange of you, Vegeta-sama, but of course, we will do it.
Vegeta would start training with Whis again, like in the old days. That's right, Vegeta wanted to increase his power much more, knowing that Kakarot seemed to be alive. Meanwhile, in the dimension of the Saiyan god Yamoshi, Goku had already been able to control all that bestial power. That's right, Goku was able to master 100% of his transformation from Super Saiyan Phase 4.
Master, at last, I have controlled all my power. Now I'm able to finish with Vegeta's insect, and even with any god, angel, even with the king of everything.
You're right, but you must not be confident, because in every corner of the universe there will always be beings that break the laws of power.
It's okay, Master. I'll never forget it.
Goku and Yamoshi began to exchange blows throughout that dimension. That's right, the power of Goku and Yamoshi seemed to be equal. However, after a few moments, Yamoshi began to release his true power. That's right, Yamoshi had recognized Goku as a worthy warrior. Yamoshi would continue to increase his power in a surprising way, leaving Goku a little surprised, as the power of Yamoshi exceeded all the barriers of his power.
So this is the true power of my master. In that case, I won't leave anything unguarded.
Goku in the same way would begin to increase his power to the maximum. In that moment, Yamoshi would pass to the Ultra Instinct maximum power. While in all that place, the silhouette of a gigantic Ozaru roaring could be observed. That's right, Goku in the same way was taking his body to the limit.
Goku's power is incredible. After millions of years, I'll have a battle that'll be worth it. How fun is this?
Goku and Yamoshi began to fly at speeds extremely impressive, even for a king of everything. That's right, the power of both was so much that a normal god would be annihilated with the simple torsion of his fist. Both subjects would continue exchanging blows. In a moment, Yamoshi would grab Goku by his leg and begin to crash him through everything that was in front of him. That's right, Yamoshi had taken Goku like a punching bag. Goku in that instant, with a great twist, was able to give him a big kick, starting to give him a beating. After a few moments, Yamoshi would give a loud laugh.
Ha ha ha! Your power's incredible, but you're not at the level of a legendary Saiyan god.
Am I using all my power?
Yamoshi, a little surprised and furious, would throw himself against Goku. However, Goku's words seemed to be true, since Goku would start dodging each one of his punches. Yamoshi would take some distance.
I'll almost use everything I have. I'll access my legendary state.
Yamoshi at that moment would begin to access the legendary Super Saiyan, which was the only transformation which allowed him to support all his bestial power. Yamoshi, without meditating, words would be launched against Goku, which to his surprise would continue dodging all his blows. However, Yamoshi, in an oversight of Goku, was able to connect a furtive blow which would make him crash into a planet.
To increase your muscles so much, your punches are not as strong as I expected.
Goku, at the speed of the dragon, would charge a powerful blow which would form the face of a dragon, being able to leave Yamoshi out of combat. Meanwhile, in Universe 7, Frieza was on the march to the outskirts of Universe 12, but not being a god, it would take him quite some time to arrive.
Damn it! I never thought the day would come when the Emperor of Evil would be the dog of a Super Saiyan. I cannot allow it.
Frieza was furious, since he had to go to the outskirts of Universe 12, but if he refused, Vegeta could finish with Frieza quickly. After a few weeks, Frieza would arrive at the location which Vegeta had given him. But at the moment of arriving, he had realized that there was no one on that entire planet. Frieza at that moment would communicate telepathically with Vegeta.
Vegeta-sama, on this planet there's no Goku's worm. Apparently it was released a few years ago.
Huh? This can't be happening. So Kakarot really has been able to get out of that place. I won't be staying with my arms crossed. I'll increase my power to the maximum.
Vegeta-sama, for some time now I can see that he's not the same. Is something wrong? Remember that I'm your guardian angel. I can do anything for you.
Whis, do you know the whereabouts of Kakarot?
I haven't thought about it, but let me find out. Whis at that moment would begin to look for the whereabouts of Goku. However, great to his surprise when he felt the essence that he had left. Mr. Goku's not in any of the 12 universes, neither in Paradise nor in Hell. He seems to be in a dimension totally different from ours.
I knew it. Kakarot's insect's still alive.
Why the question, Vegeta-sama?
You don't have to worry about that, Whis. All we have to do is become more powerful and agile.
Vegeta and Whis would continue training, but this time with much more dedication. Meanwhile, in the Kingdom of Everything, Zeno-sama was very excited about the Tournament of All the Destroyer Gods, for which there were only 3 days left. Daishoken at that time would send a communicator to each of the universes.
Remember that in 3 days all the gods must present themselves in the realm of nothingness, so they'll be able to ascend to the position much higher than that of a destroyer god.
Meanwhile, in Universe 6, Champ and Beerus were very worried since Goku had not left that dimension. That is, Goku apparently had been sealed.
Damn it! If I face Vegeta, he'll finish me quickly. I don't stand a chance against him.
Don't worry, brother. All 11 gods will face him.
Even if the 11 gods face Vegeta-sama, I doubt they'll be able to do anything, since Vegeta-sama's power surpasses even Whis.
This clarification by Vados would leave very surprised Champ and Beerus, who would lose all the hopes they had. That's right, the last 3 days had passed quickly and all the gods had arrived at the platform where the fights would take place.
Gods, welcome to the platform where only one of you will be victorious. Begin!
At that moment, all 11 gods quickly launched themselves against Vegeta, who was not surprised since Vegeta knew that he dethroned Beerus. He would know would be something like this. Vegeta, at that moment, with his Ultra Ego state, was able to face each of the gods, starting to have a very even battle. Meanwhile, in the Forbidden Dimension, Yamoshi had already awakened after a great battle they had had.
So after 2 weeks, you've woken up. I'm sorry, I think I overdid it.
Don't worry. With this, I know you must train much more. Now you have finished your training, you're worthy to be my successor.
I thank you very much. Now I'm leaving this place.
Goku at that moment with a great speed began to cross multiverses and other timelines until he arrived again to the planet of the god of the universe 6, Champa.
Well, well, the tournament of the gods has begun. I can feel the ki of Vegeta up to this distance. Today will be the day of your death.
Goku at that moment would disappear, his ki completely, and would appear in the realm of nothingness. However, Goku had totally controlled his ki that was able to disappear completely, not being perceived by Daishinkan or the Guardians of Zeno-sama. Goku was watching the great battle that Vegeta was having against the 11 remaining gods.
I'm tired of playing with you simple scum. You're nothing.
I swear I'll avenge you for taking the place of my cursed brother. At that moment, Vegeta with a great blow was able to knock Champa out of combat. That's right, the power of Vegeta at that moment had exploded. The other gods were a little afraid and didn't know whether to attack or not. However, Vegeta at that moment would give some blows to all the gods. However, the blows that had connected were in critical places of their energy veins. That is, the flow of ki of each god began to decrease rapidly.
That's all. They don't have the power to face a super god destroyer.
We're not done yet. We plan to finish you off in the name of Beerus.
I don't know why the hell you had so much fear and respect for that stupid cat. I was able to defeat him without even trying hard.
Beerus, who was in the stands next to the Lord, furious, would stand in front of Vegeta. Daishinkan at that moment was going to eliminate him, however Zeno-sama would stop him.
By order of the king of everything, the old god Beerus will face Vegeta, the new god.
Beerus, without saying a single word, would rush against Vegeta, who put everyone together to surprise out as much more power than all the gods put together.
Apparently you've been training. That's not enough. I knew it's not enough, but with Goku's power, you're nothing.
Vegeta, at that moment, would be furious and give him a powerful blow, which would make him spit blood. The blow had been so strong that it would leave him out of combat. Daishinkan at that moment was going to give the winner of the Tournament of the Gods, but at that moment, a voice which Vegeta would recognize quickly would resound through the place.
Daishinkan-sama, please, let me fight with Vegeta, but let it be a battle to the death.
Those aren't the rules, but let me consult with Zeno-sama.
At that moment, when Vegeta had observed Goku, a shiver ran through his body.
The king of everything has accepted the match, so you may begin whenever you wish.
Goku at that moment would throw an energy sphere to Vegeta, making him recover all his power.
I hope you're ready, because I plan to crush you with all your power.
Damn insect, I won't let you finish and destroy everything I've achieved.
Vegeta at that moment would launch himself at a great speed. However, despite Goku only using the Ultra Instinct, he was able to dodge each of Vegeta's blows, even counteracting, leaving Vegeta a little hurt. Vegeta at that moment would take some distance.
What the hell? My Ultra Ego must be able to disintegrate him every time I make contact with his body. This can't be happening.
The Ultra Ego and even the Hawkeye is not capable of destroying a power greater than that of its carrier.
Don't say stupid things. I'll finish with you, you damn worm.
I want to see if you can do it. You're nothing compared to me. You're absolutely nothing.
Vegeta, furious again, would give him a rain of blows. All over the place you could see lightning, energy spheres. That's right, the clash of his fists destroyed everything around him. The battle was so amazing that even Daishinkan had been surprised by the power that Son Goku gave off.
Son Goku's power is as great as that of a supreme angel, or even greater. What has he done in all the time he's been missing?
This is not all my power, Vegeta. Now I'll show you the power that no matter how hard you try, you'll never be able to reach.
Goku at that moment began to increase his power in an amazing way. So much was his power that even made everything around him rumble. That's right, Goku had accessed the most powerful transformation making even Daishinkan fall to his knees.
Since you left me abandoned on that planet, you sealed your fate. So now, die!
Damn Kakarot, you're the worst scum of the entire Saiyan race.
Well, the worst scum will finish you, so say goodbye.
Goku at that moment would create the Dragon Punch. However, there was something different since the dragon that could be seen was a black dragon with brown. That is, the dragon was all the negative energy of Goku's body. When the dragon made contact with the body of Vegeta, hundreds of rays began to cross his body. That is, Goku had reduced Vegeta to simple atoms.
The winner of this tournament is Lord Goku.
Some of the gods approached Goku to begin to explain everything that had happened 1,000 years ago and how Vegeta had sealed him on the planet.
Friend Goku, having the power beyond the king of everything, wouldn't you like to be the protector of all the universes?
Of course I'd love to. I plan to put an end to the evil in each of the universes.
Zeno-sama at that moment would begin to form a pentagram. That's right, the promotion to a super god destroyer was taking place.
From now on, I'll help every race in the universe.
A pleasure to be at your service, Goku-sama.
My first order as a god is that Beerus returns to be the destroyer god of Universe 7.
So Beerus had regained his position after 1,000 years. All the gods went to their universes while Goku began to take care of each one of the 12 universes.
What will happen next? Find out in the next chapter. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.